So if you're like me, you're probably going to notice that this year's resolutions look a lot like last year's, except for we're going to do one thing different this year. We're going to put the important things at the top of the list. I mean, after all, what's more important than having fun with your family? So let's stop talking about it and start planning it. We do that by going to Google, typing in camping-tips.com, and I should be the first thing that comes up underneath the advertisements anyway. This would be the index page, or you could just go right straight to the free camping downloads page. This is the index page, which is just really a series of buttons that takes you to all the other pages on the website where there's a wealth of pretty useful information for tent campers. But here on the download page, you can get these things as individual downloads, but that 2016 Go Camping Planner is what we really want. So at least get that. But really, the smart money is on this button, which is all of those things downloaded together. Now, I'm going to show this to you in a sped up time because really it takes quite a bit longer to download this thing. It's a 50-page book. The first thing you want to do once you've got it downloaded is save it. I recommend over to your desktop. And then the second thing is print it out. Now I like to print mine out in duplex, which just means you print it on both sides. You certainly don't have to do that. You could just print one side and leave the other side blank, which gives you more room to write and draw, etc. And probably the easiest way to do this is you just make a folder for it and you know keep it on your desktop or stick it in a file, whatever. Now I have a spiral binding punch, which is really a cool device if you need to bind things together much. Um, it's not that hard to use. They are kind of expensive though. They will probably do this for you at an office shop if you were to take these things in to Staples or Office Max or whatever. They would probably put this together for a few bucks for you. It really isn't particularly hard to do. And then I think the big advantage to it is that the spiral binding allows you to turn the pages real easy and it stays open to the page you turn it to. That's why planners tend to be done that way. Now at this point we are ready to start planning out our year. Now I'm just going to do a few quick examples here just to give you an idea of how to use this thing. But it's a planner and you'd use it pretty much the same way you'd use any planner. Now, first camping trip I do pretty much every year is a New Year's Eve camp out, so let's get that on the calendar. It actually starts on the 31st of December, which is today. Yikes, I better get that done and get out of here. Now, the other thing though is you notice you've got this goals and to-dos over here. This is a planner for my life, not just camping. And so there are some business issues that I always stick over here, especially in January. That whole box will be filled by the time I'm done planning out January. So let's go through and just stick in a few events as examples. How about the folk festival down in Glendale? It's one of my favorite events all year. I get to go see people I haven't seen in a year or so and play music with them. The festival itself is on the 19th and 20th. And this things to remember box here is kind of interesting because it works both ways. You could be things to remember to take with you. For example, I like to take my other instruments, my mandolin and my gitjo with me here, just because there are a lot of guitars. But the other thing is you can write in there the names of people that you meet at this festival, so next year you can remember them. People always tell me I have a great memory because I can often remember their names, and that is true as long as I remember where I wrote it down. Now here's an event I like to catch every year. It's always on the last Saturday of July. It's the Nutrioso Barbecue over in eastern Arizona. Kind of a hard place to get to, but it's really beautiful over there, and it's like just way fun. So I'll stick in one final example. the Pickin' in the Pines Festival up in Flagstaff. It's typically the third weekend in September. And this is just a way fun thing to do, particularly if you're a picker. But it's also just some great music to listen to. Wonderful festival put on by some great people. So there's your calendar. Download it, print it out, use it, and I hope you make this the year you go camping more often.